DB here, y'all. Continuing my series of solo saddo board games. After Malta, I told you this was one we were going to dig into. And this one is Stalingrad Solitaire from Canvas Temple Publishing in La Plata, Maryland. I call it La Plata. Some folks call it La Plata. But yeah, good old La Plata, Maryland. I remember... yeah, I could tell you some stories about La Plata, but we won't. This is 2020. This game was made, and we're going to bust it open. But first, I want to talk a little bit about Stalingrad. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know about Stalingrad, so I'm going to skip the history aspects. But I am going to recommend you a few books because DB is a nutter for Stalingrad. I love it. I have very many Stalingrad games. I have Storm over Stalingrad, which is a good one from MMP. I have Turning Point Stalingrad. I'm such a nutter that I have 2 copies of that. One is unpunched just because I loves it. And then we got this one. And I have a couple scenario books for Stalingrad. I recently bought this sort of Stalingrad for Memoir 44. This got reprinted, jazzed me up. Saved me $200. I'm trying to think what other Stalingrad games I have. I think I have I have like a Panzer General Stalingrad game. I have a bunch. One day I'm gonna show you the shelves around here. But yeah. But I also have a ton of books on Stalingrad, and I want to recommend 3. I got 3. I didn't bring copies of them with me down here into the basement, but I will tell you their names and their authors. Probably one that almost any history World War II nutter has read is William Craig's Enemy at the Gates. They made that Jude Law movie, which was, I mean, I don't know. It was entertaining. My wife will, it's like the one war movie my wife will actually watch because she likes her some Jude Law, apparently. But yeah, it was pretty good. But the book itself, Enemy at the Gates, is fantastic. If you haven't read it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Even if you're not like into crazy war stories, but you just want to like read some hellish real life shit, it's pretty good. One I finished a year or 2 ago, relatively recent in the scheme of Stalingrad books, is one called Island of Fire, and that one's by Jason Mark. And that one is primarily about the German engineer companies and the Barricade tractor factory, and that specific battle and how it was absolutely nuts. It's a rather large book. I believe it to be expensive. I was first put onto that book, actually, believe it or not, by, I think, Military History Magazine or World War II Magazine. I used to get both of those. And they definitely have some good book reviews in them. So that one, Island of Fire by Jason Mark. And then the last one I would recommend is Voices from Stalingrad by Jonathan Bastable. That's Jonathan with an N, no H in Jonathan there. And that one is a collection of personal accounts from Stalingrad, from both Russians and Germans. I've had that book forever. I don't even know. That one I've had it probably as long as Enemy at the Gates. So I'm not sure if it's available, but whatever. Y'all know how to use the Googlers. 3 great books. Enemy at the Gates, William Craig. Island of Fire, Jason Mark. Voices from Stalingrad, Jonathan Bastable. Now, without further ado, let's open this biatch. Here we go. Well, actually, before we open it, check it out. The box. Complexity level, medium to low. Solitaire suitability, high. I would hope so. Your game is called Stalingrad Solitaire. Apparently, I hear that this is a reprint of a game that was called the Kessel. And this game, specifically what you're trying to do is you're the Germans encircled in the city, the cauldron of Stalingrad, and you're trying to break out. So, just to let you know, I punched all the counters, and I actually sleeved, believe it or not, the cards for this one. So we got some cards, pretty nice, especially when Daddy sleeves them, you know what I'm saying? colorless sleeves. I found these. So the cards are pretty good. Not going to complain. They have some nice artwork on the back. It's your same cover art. They have some nice black and white photos on here. You know. So, yeah, cards. Pretty cool. We got our chits. These are order chits and conditioning chits. They're your standard squares. You know, white, black on white. I actually dig this because now that I'm an old man, that makes it easier to read. A lot of them have like, well, let's be honest. Here, these German chits, they're like this blue on white color on the reverse side when they're exhausted. And old DB has some trouble with that, you know. Got these fancy readers right here. And I still have trouble. We even got a few Romanians in here, y'all. I believe that's what those yellow dudes are. These are your German chits. Hoff. Hermann Hoff. Then these are going to be our lovely Soviet chits. Pretty cool. A little orangey for my taste, but whatever, dude. You know. They're all standard, by the way. You know, you got your, anyone familiar with chit games, you got your nomenclature, I believe. And then you have your standard unit symbol and your standard unit size. We got some extra bags in here because I kind of mixed stuff together. Check this out, y'all. This is actually a wonderfully crafted dice, but again, the see-throughness on this die is a little rough for me, dude. But it's not rounded corners. It's straight corners. Good roller. 6. I'll never roll that die again because it'll be absolutely rubbish. Here is our rule book, y'all. Now, the rule book, strangely enough, even though the game is published in the box says 2020. Some of the cards say 2021. The rule book is 2018. So I don't know if they never... And then it switches to 2020. So I don't know. Maybe. I got to read this. The reason I'm actually doing this video is because getting ready to head out of town for a day or two. And I'm bringing this with me. So I'm going to try and play it once before I actually do another video. Rules for this one, a little bit more intense. We're clocking in at, let me see, 12 pages of rules. And then you got 3 pages of tables, total 15 pages. Canvas Temple rule books are okay. I mean, they're not, there's actually like a whole strategy thing in here. So there's like a page of that, and then there's a page. Dude, you're actually only looking, they give you a sample turn. You're looking at 6 friggin' pages of rules, which is actually strange. I didn't realize that. So yeah, only 6 pages of rules. So I don't know. I thought it was a little bit more complex by that. We'll see. The rulebook quality, though, isn't that bad. It's not bound. It's just stapled. It is thicker gloss paper, which is cool. Now, here is where I think they shine, is that they give you a reference sheet, dude. I'm all about table reference sheets, and this one is actually super good quality. Listen to that wiggle waggle. It's fantastic, right? Nice big print on this dude. And it's got like a kind of finish that's like a smooth finish. Almost like not quite laminated, but maybe laminated. I mean, it's not laminated, but it kind of feels like that. Now, this is a weird thing they do. They give you 2 maps in this one. So we get a funky paper map. Funky, funky, funky. And then we get a nice, as I fold it out here, fold out map. Now, as you can see, this is like an area square chain to chain game, because you're actually trying to break out of der Kessel. And it has a nice, it's got your turn tracker here. It's got the Hoth relief force, Luftwaffe commitment, relief force commitment. You got your weather, fair or poor. Let's be honest, mostly going to be poor, I would think, if the game is up to snuff. The map is actually really nice. It's got a Russian, it's all in Russian. the underlay of the map, the background picture. So it's like a Russian actual true map underneath, which is pretty cool. And then they put the locations like such. You have a list of your sequence of play right there, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, all in all, I'm jazzed to play it, dude. I do like the fact they give you 2 maps, because I'm not going to lie. A lot of the time, I prefer the paper map, and then I just put it under plexiglass. I have a large sheet of plexiglass. But I do appreciate a nice, obviously, a nice board, like a mounted board. But yeah, so this is Solitaire Stalingrad, The Cauldron at Stalingrad by Canvas Temple Publishing out of La Plata, Maryland. And DB's going to read the rules for this guy this week. And then I'll probably post another video of me bumbling through like I always do. And we'll see if Paulus and the boys can break out of their Kessel, or if Zukov and or Chuakov, however you want to pronounce it, if he can slam the door shut, you know. So yeah, I'll have a couple other videos, some painting videos, some bricking. Got some bricking in the other day, and then a couple other just random, because y'all know I like the random. So everyone, be good to one another. Do what you feel. Peace.